Small talk is the most important skill when it comes to meeting women and making friends. Without this, you will never get into engaging conversations and thus make meaningful connections. In this video, I'll be going over the key mistakes you might be making, how to fix them, and 2 techniques that you need to have amazing small talk. The first mistake is never opening. You might be in a position where you want to go out and socialize with people, but you are overthinking what you're going to say. The more you overthink the open, the more you never even get into the conversation. This happened to me when I was learning pickup. I would walk around a mall and I would look around, I would see women, I would see people, but I'd be so in my head as to how I start the interaction, as to how I say something. If this is you, then I have 2 beginner techniques to start opening. And even if you're not a beginner, this is great to just get into a flow. The first one is to do compliments in passing. Hey, I like your dog. Hey, I like your shoes. Hey, I like that jacket. If you do this, you'll notice that you're gonna get mostly positive reactions, which is what will fuel you to start becoming more social. And the next technique would be to ask for directions. What's really powerful about this is this will get you more accustomed to staying in the interaction and feeling that tension that typically you might run away from, but when you ask for directions, you wanna really stay in and take your time. The next key mistake men make is having a whack vibe. So let's say you do say something to someone, but if you have no enthusiasm, no energy, no emotion behind what you're saying, then it's very common the person will just kind of look at you and not give you a good response. People feel your energy more than they're listening to your words. If I'm giving them enthusiastic energy, then there's a high chance they will return the enthusiasm. If I'm giving them boring, insecure energy, there's a high chance they're going to give me reserved, boring responses. I used to work at this solar company and the CEO would every so often come in and check on the employees. I remember he was always coming in with an amazing vibe. He was smiling, he was loud, he had open body language, and as a result, he lifted up the energy of the entire room. The third key mistake is asking too many questions. As a dating coach, I've noticed there's a lot of misconceptions around having good conversation. And one of those misconceptions is this idea that you have to be interested to be interesting. This is not true at all, because imagine if a homeless guy was interested in your money. Does that make him interesting? A more accurate statement is you become interesting when you sound interested in what you're saying, not in the other person. I say that because I know that's why a lot of you guys think asking questions is the right thing to do. In reality, you have to be providing more value. This whole YouTube video is giving you value. I'm not really asking you for anything. I'm just giving you stories. I'm giving you my input, which leads me into the first technique, personal input. This entire YouTube video could be seen as personal input. I'm giving you guys my input that's very personal to me. The more personal, the more depth I create with you, and the more variety, the more fun it is. No matter how you look at it, I'm giving you value and I'm not being needy. An easy way to start applying this technique is just to start saying your experience regarding said topic. So for example, let's say I open giving a compliment on a Gymshark outfit. That could lead me into giving personal input about the gym. Something like, hey, I like your outfit. Yeah, I was actually headed to the apartment gym. I think they just opened up the sauna again. When personal input is done correctly, what will happen a lot of the times is it will do one of 2 things. The person you're speaking with would either start asking you questions about the hooks you're giving them, or they're gonna feel comfortable themselves to give personal input. And the next technique that will really fire up your conversations is observation. What makes this technique extremely powerful is it brings people into the present moment. And it also solves this potential problem with personal input, which is you might just start rambling about nonsense. But the moment you bring observations into the conversation, it makes things more relevant and it makes the person feel like you're talking about them more. Now, the gym was the first example, but imagine I was speaking with a woman and as we're talking, she's smiling and she has good energy. If I just observe that and tell her, by the way, I really like your energy, you seem like you're in a really good mood, that's gonna put her in this moment and almost observe herself and overall just really get her back inside this conversation. Because if I just talk about the gym forever, she might not want to listen, but the moment I talk about her, she will. And a bonus tip is you can use observations and personal input together. I can make an observation, give personal input, make another observation, give personal input. This is all you really need to have amazing small talk. But if you're trying to really level up your dating life and improve your self-development, link is in my description to work with me personally. And that's all for this video. Have a great day. Peace.